The JEE advanced question that I am going to solve in this video is given at the end of this video. Let us start the solution now. In the question, this function is given. Here is greatest integer of 4x. We know that when 4x lies between integer I and I plus 1, then value of greatest integer of 4x will be equal to I. That means integer lying on the left hand side of 4x. When x lies in this interval, then 4x will lie in this interval. On the number line, we write integer 0 and 4 and all integer lying between these two integer 1, 2, 3. When 4x, this 4x lies between 0 and 1, then greatest integer of 4x will be 0, because 0 is first integer lying on the left hand side of this 4x. And when 4x lies in this interval, then dividing by 4 we get x lies in this interval. Therefore, we write when x lies in this interval, then value of greatest integer of 4x is equal to 0. Similarly, when 4x lies in this interval, then value of greatest integer of 4x will be 1, and in this case x will lie in this interval. Therefore, we can write this: when x lies in this interval, then greatest integer of 4x is equal to 1. Similarly, when x lies in this interval, value of greatest integer of 4x is 2. And when x lies in this interval, value of greatest integer of 4x will be 3. Since fx is greatest integer of 4x times this expression, therefore, when we multiply greatest integer of 4x by this expression, as for example, 0 times x minus 1 by 4 square times x minus 1 by 2, we get 0. 0 times this expression is equal to 0. So, we write 0 here. Similarly, when we multiply 1 by this expression, we get this expression. And we write this expression here. Similarly, when 2 is multiplied by this expression, we get this. When 3 is multiplied by this expression, we get this. Therefore, this fx will be equal to this. That means this function fx can be written like this in this form. Now, we have to check this option. When x is less than 1 by 4, then function is given by this expression 0, and 0 will be equal to 0. When x is greater than 1 by 4, then function is given by this expression, and when we put 1 by 4 in place of x, we get 0. When x is equal to 1 by 4, then function is given by this expression, and when we put 1 by 4 in place of x, we get 0. Since all these three numbers are equal, therefore by this formula it is obvious that f(x) is continuous at x is equal to 1 by 4. Continuous at x is equal to 1 by 4. Now we check the continuity at x is equal to 2 by 4. When x is less than 2 by 4, function is given by this expression, and when we put 2 by 4 in place of x in this expression, we get 0. When x is greater than 2 by 4, then function is given by this expression, and when we put 2 by 4 in place of x, we get 0. When x is exactly equal to 2 by 4, then also f(x) is given by this expression, and when we put 2 by 4, this 2 by 4 in place of x, we get 0. Since all these three numbers are equal, therefore by this formula we can say that f(x) is continuous at x is equal to 2 by 4. Now we check continuity at x is equal to 3 by 4. When x is less than 3 by 4, function is this, therefore left hand limit is 1 by 8. When x is greater than 3 by 4, f(x) is this, therefore right hand limit is 3 by 16. Since these two are not equal, therefore f(x) is not continuous, means discontinuous at x is equal to 3 by 4, not continuous. At all other points, f(x) is continuous because polynomial is continuous at each point in real life. Therefore, this option saying that it is discontinuous exactly at one point, exactly at 1.3 by 4 is correct. Now we will differentiate f(x). When we differentiate 0, we get 0 and write here. When we differentiate this expression, we get this expression and write here. Similarly, we differentiate this expression, write here. Differentiate this expression, write here. When curve on the two sides of a point is given by same polynomial, then curve is continuous at that point and also differentiable at that point. When curve is given by two different polynomial, one polynomial on the one side and another polynomial on the another side, then curve may be continuous or may not be continuous at that point. And if it is continuous, then it may or may not be differentiable at that point. Therefore, fx may be differentiable or may not be differentiable at this point. Fx may be differentiable or may not be differentiable at this point. But if curve is given by two different polynomials on the two sides of a point, and curve is not continuous at that point, then it is also not differentiable at that point. That means fx will not be differentiable at 3/4. We don't have to check its differentiability at 3/4. Without checking, we can say that fx is not differentiable at 3/4. We will check its differentiability only at x is equal to 1/4 and 2/4. We know that it is not differentiable at 3/4, and we know that except these points, it is differentiable at all points in the domain. Now we will check option B. We already have seen that f is continuous at this point, continuous at this point 2/4, but not continuous at 3/4, not continuous. Now we will check differentiability at these 2 points. This is formula. If left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative, fx is differentiable at x is equal to a. Left hand derivative at x is equal to 1/4 will be 0. A right hand derivative, when x greater than 1/4, then derivative will be given by this. We put 1/4 in place of x and get 0. Since left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative, therefore it is differentiable at x is equal to 1/4. Differentiable, continuous and differentiable. Now we check differentiability at 2/4. Left hand derivative x less than 2/4. Derivative can be found by putting 2/4 in place of x. We get 1/16. Right hand derivative at x is equal to 2/4, x greater than 2/4. We put 2/4 in place of x in this expression and get right hand derivative 1/8. Since these two numbers are not equal, therefore f is not differentiable at 2/4. Not differentiable, not differentiable. And we know that the point where function is not continuous, it is also not differentiable. Therefore it will certainly be not differentiable at 3/4. Since exactly one point where function is continuous but not differentiable, therefore this option is correct. In option C, it is said that f is not differentiable at more than 3 points in 0, 1. But we see that f is not differentiable at exactly 2 points. X is equal to 2/4, not differentiable. X is equal to 3/4, not differentiable. Therefore, this option is not correct. To check option D, we will have to find minimum value of function f(x). For this purpose, we write f dash x is equal to 0. When this is equal to 0, we get 2 value of x. When this is equal to 0, then also we get the 2 value. When we write this is equal to 0, then also we get these 2 value. On number line, we write these 2 numbers in order. Put any real number except this from this interval on that lie on the left side of 1/4. When we put 0 in place of x, 0, we see that this expression becomes positive. Now sign of this expression will change alternately. Here it is positive, then it will be negative, then it will change its sign and become positive. When f dash x is positive, curve goes in the upward direction. When f dash x is negative, curve moves in the downward direction. When f dash x is positive, curve move in the upward direction. It is clear that at x is equal to 5/12, curve decreases and then increases. Therefore, minimum value will occur at x is equal to 5/12. Now, 5/12 minimum value will occur at 5/12, but 5/12 occur in this interval or this interval or this interval or this interval, this interval or this interval or this interval or this interval. Since 1/4 is less than 5/12 and this 2/4 is greater than 5/12, 2/4. Therefore, this 5/12 lies in this interval. Therefore, minimum value of f(x) will be obtained by putting 5/12 in place of x in this expression, not put 5/12 in place of x in this expression or this expression, because 5/12 lies in this interval. We put 5/12 in place of x and get minimum value -1/432, which is not equal to this. Therefore, this option is incorrect. Now read the question.